let's meet the starters for both teams. First, for the two-time defending champions, here are the DLSU Lady Spikers. Number 17, Wench 2. Number 1, Mika Esperanza. Number 3, Mika Reyes. Number 8, Ara Galang. Number 7, Michelle Gumabao. Number 2, Team Captain Abigail Maranyo. Their libero number 5, Liz Gohing. And the head coach of the Lady Spikers, Romel De Jesus. And now here are the starters for this year's hosts, the National University Lady Bulldogs. Number 2, Ivy Perez. Number 1, Desiree Dadam. Number 11, Myla Pablo. Number 16, Team Captain Dindin Santiago. Number 9, Aiko Urdas. Number 8, Kai Nepomuceno. Their libero number 12, Jen Reyes. And the head coach of the Lady Bulldogs, Francis Vicente.
Starting 6 on your screens for both National University and the league-leading DLSU University, something they're very much used to, being on top of the team standings. They got that via the win over Ateneo, and the win over the other rule because they beat Ateneo, so now they're both at 6-1. Obviously, the intention of both Ateneo and LaSalle is to stay in the top 2 heading into the Final Four, which tagal pa naman. We are, though, on our 30th match of the season. Ganun lang. 30 matches have already gone by, which started off with 4 5-set matches over opening weekend.
Yep.
Really, yun nga eh, Mosey, no? It was really an omen of things to come for this year, as Galang starts off with the off-speed attack. Santiago is still at the back line and scores the first point.
Smart move there on the part of Dindin Santiago. And you have to remember, if you are the opponent of NU, that is a regular play coming from NU. Yung back row attack ni Dindin, kasama yan talaga. So it's always parang kung hindi man tatlo, 4 spikers coming from the Lady Bulldogs.
Good to see Ivy Perez been playing again as nabigyan ng regalo si Urdas. That's Ivy Perez on your screens, as I mentioned, the setter for National U. 2 tallest teams in the league, and we expect a very different complexion of this match compared to the first one. We really didn't see National U at its best. They really, again, I will make the comparison. It's like a balloon na nawalan sila ng hangin after sila natalo sa Ateneo, and they showed it against LaSalle. And you mentioned it very well. When LaSalle senses something like that, hey, mahirap na. And they did, and they finished it in 3 sets as we check in with Selena Dagdag.
When I spoke to Coach Francis earlier in the dugout, one thing is for sure. He definitely appreciates the way the Lady Bulldogs have been performing during their last 2 games. Ngunit diniin rin sa akin ni Coach Francis na kailangan nilang itama ang mga service errors nila. Malaki ang pagkukulang nila sa service at malaki rin ang gusto niyang makitang pagbabago. Aside from this, Coach wants the team to move quickly and read their opponents better, especially since today marks the beginning of the 2nd round for National University. That's all for now, Boom and Mosey.
Speaking of errors, a miscommunication sequence there which ties the game at 2-all. So if we mentioned that we are aching to see Myra Pablo and see what she has in store today, also I want to see how Abigail Maranyo plays today after a subpar, I would say, game. Remember, she is held to a different standard now.
Yes,
she is an
MVP,
diba?
Yep.
Reigning MVP. So, and nung nagka-sira-sira yung plays nila in the first 2 sets, ilang beses natin binanggit, Mosey, si Abigail na i-lead yung team, ano?
Yun yung a lot of expectations from
Yes.
Abigail Marani. Both, ganun din, like din Santiago, both in numbers and as a leader inside for her team.
To her credit, though, defensively, she was the same girl as that hit was wide from Myla Pablo. So 4-2 is the score for De La Salle University. Maranyo was still her solid blocking self. She was digging very well, even after attacks. But I wanted to see her assert herself more. But the great thing about De La Salle is there's just so much talent in this team.
Just too many people to stand up and, take over the game.
Off the bench pa. Pag-usapan natin mamaya yan. Kausapin muna natin yung ating kasamang si Judy Sarah. Judy.
After the highest rated game between the DLSU Lady Spikers and Ateneo Lady Eagles, Coach Ramil believes that their victory is their reward already after all their hard works and trainings. Sabi pa ni Coach kanina, talagang pinaghandaan ng Lady Spikers ang game na yon dahil gusto talaga nilang makuha ang unang spot. Pero kahit na sunod-sunod lang panalo para sa DLSU, marami pa rin dapat i-improve ang Lady Spikers ayon kay Coach Ramil. Sabi ni Coach na punan niya ang kakulangan sa komunikasyon sa loob ng court na nagbibigay ng puntos sa mga kalaban nila. Dagdag pa niya ang mga unforced errors na dapat matanggal na ng Lady Spikers. Pero panghuling salita na lang ni Coach Ramil kanina, mas exciting at intense na laro pa ang ibibigay ng kanyang team, lalo na ngayong second round na. Boom!
Maraming salamat, Judy Sarah, reporting from the DLSU side. As National U prepares to attack here, easily taken by Gumabaw. Set up to Galang. Galang goes down the line, and that is out.
Well, too much risk on that hit by Galang as it goes wide, and an early substitution for Coach Ramil, putting in Fajardo.
And we touched on this point earlier, even when nagkawindang-windang na yung laro ng Lasal noong unang dalawang set against Ateneo, ang hugot ni Coach Ramil,
Oo.
Benesilio,
Yeah.
diba? Fajardo, ang grabe yung contribution sila. And Fajardo finished off that match.
We even mentioned along the way na that is really scary for the opponent
Yes.
because LaSalle was still LaSalle. Even if, let's say, 6 na yung napalitan doon o 4 na napalitan doon, it was still the same team.
You can even argue that they got better. Siyempre, merong mga
Yes.
araw na,
Yep.
diba?
Just like when Fajardo was put in, na iba na iba yung takbo. Although Esperanza, again, very steady for them.
But there's just something about Fajardo that, I was talking to Ian Laurel after. Yes, I do talk to him, unfortunately. I was talking to him after the Ateneo LaSalle match. And I really believe that this girl is going to be a star.
You really should.
Diba?
You can clearly, even if she's playing on her first year,
Yes.
nakita mo yung steadiness,
Kalmado.
the calmness.
Kalmado.
And that is the biggest asset of a setter. Yung kalmado, hindi nararattle.
Yes, kalmado siya, and I think she also has parang leadership abilities, Mozi.
Diba, on that game, you could see her nung humahabol na sila. She was calling the plays for each spiker. Para hindi nalilito, bumabalik dun sa senses nila, hindi na out of the game, na out of focus.
It really reminds me of how we saw Jem Ferrer in her first year. Yung potential ng Jem Ferrer na nakita natin noong unang taon, di ba? Parang ganun nakikita na natin, this girl is going to be the leader of this team eventually. And that's what happened, as now NU gets their noses ahead here. 7, serving 6. Myla Pablo will do the honors. Like we said, we expect this match to be fairly different from the first meeting in the first round. And you see it from the faces of National U in that match, in that first round. Pagpasok pa lang nung court, nakita na natin, Mozi, delikado to. Matatalo to ng ganito dahil malungkot na Parang iniinda pa rin nila yung talo nila against Ateneo, which they had a chance of winning, really.
And that's where you see the immaturity,
Yes.
the little things that Coach Francis has to address in this with this team.
Much improved. And still improving, reigning Rookie of the Year, Aragalang. And NU gets to the technical timeout first. Back in a moment.